Our news this morning, they've got that sick feeling of we've been here before in the town of Ferguson, Missouri. Cameras were rolling when a gun battle erupted just as peaceful protests marked the one-year anniversary of the death of Michael Brown Jr. were ending. Don Champion is there.
Crime scene tape marks the area where investigators are looking for shell casings following a gun battle overnight in Ferguson, Missouri. The gunfire erupted between two small groups as interim police chief Andre Anderson was being interviewed down the street. Panicked bystanders took cover behind cars and buildings. Police say up to 50 shots were fired.
It was a remarkable amount of gunfire.
Plainclothes police officers caught up with one suspect right here near an old restaurant. Investigators say he started shooting into an unmarked police van and they returned fire. The gunman ran and more shots were exchanged.
And there were 4 officers who were in that van. All 4 fired at the suspect, and the suspect fell there.
This video shows the suspect injured, face down on the ground in a parking lot.
Hey, bleeding, get him some help, man. Please get him some help.
The incident happened hours after more than 1,000 people marched from the spot where unarmed Michael Brown Jr. was fatally shot by a white police officer last year. His death sparked the Black Lives Matter movement. Some community leaders are criticizing the police department for using plainclothes officers during the protest. Don Champion, CBS News, Ferguson, Missouri.
In other news, a serious environmental disaster still unfolding at this hour, and now the EPA is taking the blame for a huge leak of contaminated water in Colorado and New Mexico. Take a look. 3 million gallons of toxic sludge have leaked into a main river. Cleanup crews accidentally compromised what's called a debris dam at a nearby mine that's been closed since the 1920s. The massive leak allowed chemicals, including lead and copper, even arsenic, to flow right into the river at a rate of 500 gallons per minute. Residents are reporting water discoloration in their home faucets, but the EPA claims drinking water and wildlife are not in danger. And back here, a bizarre accident over the weekend after a man walking on a train bridge over the Cumberland River was killed. Around noon yesterday, CSX rail officials notified police that a man had been hit on the train bridge next to James Robertson Parkway. When he was hit, he fell into the water below. Fire crews launched a boat, as you see there, and were able to pull him out, but he later died. Police say the victim was homeless. Another person was also on the tracks but escaped unhurt. And fans are remembering a football and broadcast legend this morning. Pro Football Hall of Famer Frank Gifford died suddenly at his Connecticut home early yesterday morning. Gifford led the New York Giants to a league championship back in 1956 and helped put that franchise on the map with fans who couldn't get enough of the star athlete. He went on to anchor Monday Night Football alongside Howard Cosell through the 70s and the 80s. He had been married to Kathy Lee Gifford for nearly 30 years. Frank Gifford dead this morning at the age of 84.